All right. So, looks like the last two sessions were very similar. We left a lot of volume at the top of the range, bullish imbalances, point of control up on the top of the range, with leaving bullish imbalances, and both of these sessions are looking to tag this area at 69.20, 69.18, around there, whereas right below this high volume node at this low volume node. Why that area? Well, we have this untested settlement from this session right here, so that's probably one where this market wants to go. And then we have this last area, last value that we have, this session up here, that with an overnight session that was never tested, so that's the last reference above that. And then we have new all-time highs, and then we have this projected bullish target from this session at 69.96. And then of course 7,000, which is that big JP Morgan strike, which is a target before the end of the year. Now for today, we have a bunch of Fed speaking, so we might see some extra volatility. The expected move for today is 30 points. 30 points from here will put us close to that target at 69.21. And we are opening with a RTH gap with inventory about 90%, no, 95% long from the close from yesterday. So I'm looking for that inventory to correct, at least tag that 20-day point of control at 85. See if we are able to fill that gap, the RTH gap, which fills at 68.81, and see if we bounce from there, or if we start trading inside the range from yesterday. If we start trading inside the range from yesterday, I usually have this trade that I do, which is a value area sweep, but the thing is, when you have a session like this, which has a distribution here, single prints, and a distribution here, I look at it as two separate sessions. So the value area sweep will, in this case, will be completed if we test the overnight low, right? If we test the bottom part of this distribution. So that overnight low coinciding with this, the bottom of this distribution and the top of this high, I would think that there's a high, and the weekly VWAP and this low volume node. I would guess that this is a pretty obvious area to look for bounces. I would say that this is where buyers should step in. If they don't step in here, then we could clean the single prints and test this distribution right here. This is the second one. So if we do that, then there's a chance to test the bottom side of this distribution, which is that high volume node that I was mentioning yesterday, that we tagged, or we missed actually by one tick or two. So those are the scenarios for today, and there's one scenario in which we come back into value and then we start filling this area, and then here it could become a little choppy. I don't see much of a trade below, unless we really start start seeing negative order flow below this area. But we had such a strong bounce, and we're so close to the highs again that I would be a little surprised if we are able to get much more than yesterday's low. But anyway, anything can happen. Could be news related, but we need some kind of a trigger. And Q, remember, still has a gap that hasn't filled, so it's a little bit weaker than ES right now. You see how on this bounce, ES was able to get way above the last 2 days, and Q is barely. Yesterday's high couldn't break the previous session high, so it's a little weaker, but
Crude volume.
it does have a gap that fills at 26,015 and 50 and a half. 26,015 and a half. Crude hit that resistance area yesterday and came back down, tested, got below that point of control. Now it's looking to test the bottom side of that range. Bottom side of the range is 59, this low. Watching for some support around here right before the 59.50 area, right around 59.60. Gold. So gold, after breaking above this area, the 40.60, couldn't quite get there into this area, but I'm looking for this, like I said yesterday, 41.75-ish for shorts. If we don't get a short there, then it could squeeze and go through all this pretty quickly. But right now it's looking like the third session, or the second session, that is gonna start balancing up here. And right now it just bounced a VWAP, and it's looking like it wants to take these highs now. So let's see. Sorry, I wasn't showing the screen, but I was saying that it wants to take these highs right here. The last 1, 2, 3 sessions. Actually, it's two and a half sessions, but because I have it separated by RTH and overnight. Anyway, I think that's about it for today. Let's see if we have any more stuff coming out today. No, it's like mainly Fed speaking, White House press briefing at 1 p.m., some bond auctions, and that's about it. Alright, good luck.